So this goes into what we have become. So if you could play, so after all that generation and generation of hearing that as a young woman, now we into a grown woman, a mature woman. What kind of woman does that produce? So
Can
if,
I read a scripture here?
ma'am,
Matthew chapter 12, verse 36, where it says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment." So those little innuendos that we say, they have power. Words have power to them. So even though you may say that you were just joking, I didn't mean it that way, this gives you an opportunity to pause. And especially since young women, our children, they're like sponges and they soak up every single thing that you say and every single thing that you do. So when we had talked about the scripture earlier in Ezekiel about how as is the mother, so is the daughter, even from a baby, what she's pointing out, how you look to your husband, how you react when he comes home, how you act when and you comment, how you converse to one another. Those are those little innuendos that children, they pick up and then they perceive that to be their reality and what is expected of them, right? So then when you hear a woman calling her Lord, let's say a band, a black A, whatever, right? Or if she's disrespectful in the house, that cycle of abuse and negative communication, or the lack of communication, or the inability to communicate with the opposite sex, that starts at home. So when you talk about having a healthy nation starts with having healthy families. If we cannot establish healthy families in order, according to the structure, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, what hope do we have? So it really does start at home, and it starts with the things that you can correct. You should be working on correcting them every single day. And none of us are lauding, oh, well, I'm perfect, I've got it all right. Like, once again, this is like, you got to rehearse the righteous act. So if you've got a loud mouth and you've been cursing at your Lord in front of your kids or whatever, then you need to change that, and you need to change that immediately. Kids need to hear and see a man and a woman in a household with love and the ability to apologize, the ability to communicate one to another. They need to see that, so that way that they can model it with their own families when they get older. And then that way they know what to expect, because you've already set the level of expectation. The level of expectation that has already been set for us is in the scriptures, but we have to live out that expectation every single day in our own
They
life.
try to tell us that our strength is measured by a man's. That's not true, that's not true. And a woman's role is weakness if we submit to him.